The Nerdgasm Talk podcast is brought to you by Spaces Philly. If you love podcasts, go to spacesphilly.com where you can check out Lulu and Pop, Both Sides, Turntables, Jump Thought Super Tongue, and the Nerd Coalition's very own No Gimmicks Needed. Visit spacesphilly.com today. And now, feel the Nerdgasm.
Right now, we're doing another spoiler cast because this one is for the movie Nope, Jordan Peele's newest movie. So I asked Swag to go out. He wanted to go out there and see it. Did I expect him to text me the next day and be like, "Yo, I'm in the theater right now"? No, I did not. So
it was a very slow day at work, and I was like, it was like no one's in the office. I'd done everything I need to do. Movie theaters are right across the street. What time does it start? 12? What time is it? 11:45? You know what? I might as well. It was between that or Thor. I had a coin toss, so Nope won.
Okay, yeah. I still recommend you still go see Thor also when you have the chance.
Yeah, I'll see that. Yeah, hopefully. It's starting to get busier now.
Pretty soon, to be honest with you. If you probably wait till the end of August, it'll probably be on Disney Plus.
Oh, okay. In that case, I might just wait.
How about because
Lightyear coming out tomorrow? Where Lightyear is.
Yeah, well, yeah. I say, well, you know, DC Super Pets is out there now. I'm just like, okay.
No, yeah, I'm good.
Yeah. So we want to go. You want to go see Nope. So this is a complete spoiler cast. So if you guys do not want to be spoiled, you can leave. If you guys want to be spoiled, or you want some things that you may have saw explained to you, I know you everybody probably been seeing all the ending explain videos and stuff like that of Nope, of course, going on. But however, I took for what my first viewing was, add on some points that I watched some other people's opinions and stuff like that, and I was just like, okay, man, this joint broke it down for me more than I thought, and I didn't give certain credit for it that I did the first time the movie. But first, overall, let me get Swag's quick review of it since he finally goes saw the movie, just to hear from your mouth of what you thought.
The movie was fantastic. This is neck and neck for Get Out for me, for how enjoyable this movie was. I remember you saying the first I think you said the first hour was Expedition. But I was like thoroughly engaged, not only because of the mystery of what was going on, but how are they going to beat this? And I was drawn into
the cinematography. Has to be some of the best I've seen, especially this year. Yeah, a lot of times when movies record at night, you really can't make out what they're recording.
Yeah,
especially when you got dark skinned people.
Yep. I saw Daniel Kaluuya the whole time.
Exactly.
The whole time.
Yeah, I'm like, to point that out, especially when, like I said, we're talking spoilers here. That spaceship over the house scene is just, my God.
During the rain?
Yeah, it's so Amityville.
Oh my God. Okay, so the movie theater I went to had this thing called Dolby Vision.
Yeah.
Where blackers are much darker, colors are in a higher contrast.
Yeah. That
scene was gorgeous.
Yes.
Absolutely gorgeous.
Yeah, it reminded me of old Amityville horror, Alfred Hitchcock type stuff. I was just like, y'all don't know what y'all fucking with.
Yeah. Oh, also, what you said did help. When you said, don't go in this thinking it's a horror movie.
Yeah.
Because that immensely helped.
Okay.
Because because this was definitely a straight sci-fi.
Yes.
Straight sci-fi. And it kind of sucks the marketing was all horror, and I don't think that's what Jordan Peele wanted, but I can't speak for him.
I mean, to be fair, the marketing kind of reminded me a lot of, because I watch like a lot of UFO movies and documentaries, and it had a lot of that. But however, I think with the name Jordan Peele, and of course, and him loving horror so much, him being involved in a lot of horror projects and creepy projects, I think it was going off the assumption that this is going to be more. Because like I said, because lights have shut off, things have been quiet. Animals have been running in all kinds of, like I said, Close Encounters of the Third Kind. That's what the Steven Spielberg film that it pulled a lot from. And so those things come a lot in science fiction type things.
Right.
So I think like kind of like how you told me where it's like, did Marvel screw up, or were we expecting something that they didn't deliver on, that they didn't promise type thing? You know what I'm saying? Like that.
Yeah.
That's how I kind of thought how this was.
Okay, gotcha. I see what you mean.
Yeah, but keep going.
The movie was fantastic. Yeah.
But so once again, I say all that to say that I didn't know if he was gonna like this movie, because I didn't know if he was going to be trolling, if he is into sci-fi, because I asked you what movies that you seen, and you haven't seen those movies before,
right?
And I was just like, he's into storytelling, but this one goes on people's heads because we had black people booing in our movie theater.
Really?
And that's one thing we didn't want to say the spoilers, because I was like, that can easily touch somebody's mindset. When we got up, I was just like, I'm sorry, I find that kind of, I actually supposed to get up and clap,
right?
But yeah. I was just like, I feel as though that even with art for the film that we got, that's kind of disrespectful.
Yeah.
I'm just like, because and that's why I came up with me and Lady Sketch was talking. I was like, I made the comment when we talked about it in my non-spoiler that I think black folks was expecting it to be signs with white people. Like the alien, the physical being of an alien, was supposed to be like white folks trying to come down to Earth and probe us, and we gotta fight them and kick their ass so we can get the victory in the end. I think that's what some people were thinking of when they came in there. They was looking for another signs, but then addressed it as like, okay, we have a senator that is now an alien and trying to take. I'm just like, it wasn't about that, because actually the twist that I thought was clever is it's not a UFO, it's an actual beast.
I thought that was amazing. When they said that, that's what got me even more interested.
I was like, that's more frightening, because everybody thinks it's a ship that's being controlled by aliens, but in fact that is the alien. That
made me even more scared.
That's
like, nope.
Exactly.
Like, nope, not at all. Turn it around.
And then when we found that out, I was just like, that makes it even more frightening now, because this thing is hiding in clouds.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's
intelligent.
Sky. Huh?
It's intelligent.
And it's just like, so now, how do you even beat this thing with it's like a huge stingray.
Right.
And then on top of that, it makes you think like, where the fuck this thing come from?
Right.
You know, so you ask more questions now when you find out that it's not a ship, it's a beast.
Right.
Especially when it goes to its final form.
Yeah, that final form was so beautiful.
Yes.
I'm not gonna. I would have died.
Yes.
I would have died.
Because at first, when it went to its final form, I was just like, hey, Lady Sketch, did the barbed wire like cut it, and it kind of like this, like it exploded? And I was like, she's like, I don't think the barbed wire cut that, because it has other non-organic matter that nothing ever destroyed it, but it got the final form. And then when I watched some of the explain videos, they said that this was taken from the biblical description of what an angel really looks like.
Yeah,
and I said,
I'm sorry. The only reason I laughed because it was a small little meme I saw where it was like a biblically accurate angel talking to someone and said, "Do not fear me." And the person's like, "This is the scariest moment of my life."
Because look, of course, you was raised thinking of saying them little nice little white people was coming down there with wings, is coming down there, and bless you, it's just like,
if I see that, I'm jumping. I don't care if it talks saying "do not fear." Why?
Why not?
I need an explanation. Why can't you talk? Why you have so many eyes?
Yeah, I'm saying, tell me again. So that's what I'm fearful. But so to go over some of the things that I wrote down, I had like different sections of stuff to talk about. So since we just talked about the actual beast being, Jean Jacket, which is actually
the name of the horse.
Yeah.
That which I also feel that connection in, thinking about it. Well, do you want to get into characters? Because I don't want to go.
Yeah, I'm about to go to characters because the first I was about to get into was Gordy.
Okay, so now I didn't watch any explain videos for anyone listening.
Yeah.
However, Mr. A&E did. To me, film is, like you said, subjective, and I feel like when I write, I don't want to. The only time I'm making things apparent is when I want you to know something.
Yeah.
If I want you to interpret something a certain way, I won't say it exact. That's the reason why I didn't watch the explain videos, because I'm like, maybe he wants us to interpret it a certain way.
Yeah.
In our own way. I took the Gordy thing as pretty much the nature of animals, really. Once you hear the balloon pop, it triggers. Once it hears a threatening noise, it triggers. And that's also what happened with the alien when they were screaming back and forth at it.
Yeah, actually, you're right on the nose, actually.
Oh, okay.
So the whole Gordy thing, which a lot of people never understood what the whole Gordy thing was. It was that, Jew, which I'm going to call him Jew, which is, Stephen Yang's character.
Yeah.
Was part of that television show, and what happened was they spend all the time trying to be in control of these animals, and for that you can't really control them. And then of course, like I said, when something went off, then all of a sudden the chimpanzee snapped. But what Juke felt as though is that he never learned his lesson from that attack on the set.
Mm-hmm.
He thought he can profit from it, and he felt as though that since I lived through the spectacle, I am basically untouched when it comes to being able to tame things that don't need to be tamed. That's why he was arrogant enough to feel as though that he can control this alien.
Okay.
Because he was out there, he knew about the alien 6 months, and he was feeding the alien all of OJ's horses. Because when OJ is in there trying to sell Lucky at the beginning, and he was just like, "There's a chance for me to get my horses back, right?" Because he just selling for money, and Jupe's face is kind of like, "Yeah," knowing that you can't get them horses back because I've been feeding them to this alien to help. With my theme park, basically.
Gotcha.
Yeah, so you're not gonna get these horses back. That's when OJ later on in the film, when he finds the flyer in the horse poop, he was like, "I gotta go get my horse back," because he yeah, and that's because he knew that that's what was happening. He felt as though that he can control the whole beast, and then when he realized that he couldn't, that's when that alien coming to eat all them people up like that, and you just hear them screaming inside of it.
Yeah, that was horrifying.
Yeah, it's just
like, oh my god.
And then you just like see it like them just squeezing them in there. Just like, oh, that is just that is horrifying.
Right. I'm like, nope, they ain't escaping. They are in there. They are in there.
They're in there. So, because he'd been profiting off the Gordy massacre, like even when Emerald's character, Kiki Palmer's character, was in there, and she was looking at all the memorabilia. He said, "I even let somebody sleep in here for $50,000." So he's been profiting off that accident, but he's been real arrogant about the accident because since the monkey didn't kill him and was about to give him a fist bump before he got his head blown off.
Like, I'm invincible.
Yeah, I'm invincible to like basically if they go crazy, I'm able to tame it. I'm able to use it to my advantage, which was not the truth. So that's what was more his downfall. Then we have OJ. A lot of people, unfortunately, did not like OJ, and I was like, I don't think y'all get OJ.
He from what I got, he was depressed.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. First of all, I also think people not been saying this. I think he's a slight bit artistic.
I didn't get that. But...
Okay, the reason why I said that is because nothing shakes him, because that's how artistic people react to certain things. Like my sister's boyfriend's autistic. I didn't have a neighbor that's autistic. So when he had a couple of things, like when the alien was right over his car, or when the alien like flew right by, he was just like, and that stuff like that. It's like, I don't think he processes things the same way, but he's hyper intelligent.
Right.
I'm not saying it's a fact.
He was really smart.
Yeah, and I see a lot of people was calling him boring, and I'm just like, he's not boring. He's first of all, his dad just died, and then on top of that, the whole ranch is left to him, and like they're going bankrupt, and they are have to sell. Because first of all, I can relate, because I'm going through the same thing. It's like, your parent dies, and you had everything at order at first, and then all of a sudden it's just like, I'm just trying to survive.
Right.
So there's some days I gotta go out there and sell some things and sell something back. Hopefully I can get it back one day, but I gotta sell it right now because I gotta make some kind of money. Which is he was close to his father, played by Keith David, by the way. Whereas Emerald was more so of the charismatic, doing her little side hustle that her father didn't truly get along as well as him and OJ did. So I felt as though that it was the way OJ was, and the way how OJ figured out what the weakness of the Beast was, and how it came up with that whole plan and what to do. I was like, this man is hyper intelligent. He's not going to get. You're not going to get, the Daniel Kaluuya from Juice and the Black Messiah.
Right.
So you're not going to get Wakabi from Black Panther 2. You're not going to get, him from Get Out, because that's not who his character is in this movie. And then we go to Emerald, played by Keke Palmer, who I think did a terrific job.
Yeah, she did amazing. She was my favorite character in the movie.
Yeah, and then I've heard, some days that a little upset me, like she's annoying. She was Chris Tucker in there. I'm just like, how?
But this is literally how Keke Palmer act. Like, I don't y'all gotta stop with that.
That's why my wife said that she felt as though that people came in to the theater with a preconceived notion about how they feel about Keke Palmer as a person.
Yeah, and I 100% agree with that, because I thought she did fantastic.
Yeah, and I'm just like, y'all act like she talked through the whole movie, over-talked everybody, made a joke about every single thing, never took anything seriously. I'm just like, that wasn't even the case at all.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It's just like, when she had something to say, she said it, and something she said, it wasn't annoying at all. I really believe that people just got upset because it was Keke Palmer.
Right.
And however they feel towards her, it is, because they just had this whole thing about this colorism between her and Zendaya. And I'm just like, y'all are making up stuff right now just for the sake of making. I mean, if anybody is colorism, it's people that put that whole thing out. Yeah. Because you're not paying attention. Because first of all, she just had 2 back-to-back blockbusters, whether you like them or not, this summer with this and Lightyear.
Oh, she's in Lightyear?
Yes.
Oh, damn.
Yeah, so I'm just
I think she has another movie coming out. This is her year.
Yeah, well, she had Alice come out earlier also, but I was the one to see Alice. But
okay.
Yeah, that's what
I think that was was that was it a slave movie? I think?
Yeah, it was a slave that goes like right to blaxploitation. I'm just like, what?
Oh yeah. I was like, this is a weird concept.
Exactly. I was like, what step did she take towards the North Star? So, that door just kind of threw me off. But I thought it was, she was great in the movie. Yeah. Then they had the character Angel, who worked at that dying video kind of store when they went to go get the cameras to set up. I enjoy his character too.
I like this character a lot. I thought he was going to be like a lead head type of character, which I was like, all right. But no, he blew my expectations out the water.
Glad he made it.
So do I.
I was like,
glad. I was like, thank God.
I was like, glad he made it. Glad he made it. So that's it there. So there was one scene that I felt as though he gave us what people were looking for, but it was a like a hard turn, and that was the aliens in the barn.
Okay, yeah. Now that was funny to me.
Yeah,
just because I feel like back to Daniel Kaluuya real quick. Yeah. I feel like the only reason I don't agree with what you said earlier is because I feel like I will have the same responses as he did in those situations. Like, if I see a spaceship above my house, I'm just going to peek out the car. Nope. Not dealing with it. Not today. I will still have a cool, calm collective because it's like, if I panic, it's going to get worse. So let me just keep it. Especially if I'm with someone and they're panicking, it's like, just keep calm.
Yeah.
It will eventually be okay. It's not looking okay. But if we just calm down, we just have a level head, process everything, it's going to be cool. So I related with Daniel Kaluuya's character a lot more. Mm-hmm. Crap, what was you saying? With the video store. Glad he's alive.
Well, I'll talk about the aliens in the barn.
Yeah, okay. I agree with his whole reaction when he pulled his camera out, saw another one. Nope, just walk away. Walked away.
He was trying to record him.
Yeah.
Yes, which we'll get into the overall message towards the end. But I was like, I think Jordan Peele was just like, okay, I know my people want to see some kind of Signs thing, and everybody knows the famous scene from Signs, don't you?
Yep.
Or you did see Signs, right?
Yeah, way back when.
Okay.
It was a while.
It's always the alien at the birthday party.
Yep.
That is a freaky. That's a freaky scene.
Mm-hmm.
And I felt as though that everybody was expecting that moment, but I was like, so the ones when they were in the barn, I was just like, oh my God, that is creepy.
It was very creepy.
Because I was just like, because I didn't see it at first until something started standing up, and I was because it kept the camera on there, and I was just like, how's he gonna get out of this?
Yeah, I saw it duck down, and I was like, what is that?
Yeah, exactly.
And then I was like, okay, like you said, this wasn't a horror movie, man. You told me it wasn't a horror movie.
And then when it swung down and he punched, I was like, okay, so there was the kids. I was just like, okay, which all them kids is dead now. But I'm saying, but
yeah.
Oh God, I know that scene is very horrifying.
I was scared that moment.
Yeah, I was, and I was like, okay, he gave us what we was looking for, with having that that barn scene. Then we get the whole cinematographer, who was talking about the perfect shot, and how that they wanted to get him to get the perfect shot of the UFO, basically the Oprah shot.
Now, when you said that, there was a lot of talks about spectacles in this movie.
Yes.
Which I'm guessing that was the theme of it, because we did get that quote in the beginning of it. It said something about spectacle.
Yes, I had it pulled up right here. It's the Bible quote from because hold on, because you make sure if I'm talking about the Bible, I'll make sure I get it right. You know what I'm saying?
I'm not gonna lie, I'm gonna be real with you. I don't remember that book in the Bible.
I mean, it's Old Testament. From Nahum chapter 3 verse 6, I will pelt you with filth and treat you with contempt. I will make a spectacle of you. That is the quote, was the overall theme of how we do things and how we handle spectacle.
So with that whole spectacle being said, I feel like, how can I put it? It's like so much sacrifices went into getting this spectacle. Was that the underlying message of the movie?
It was the fact that when it comes to spectacle, especially when it comes to us, that we really put all of our priorities and dangers aside to see what we should, probably what either should be seen, and when we do see it, we probably are kind of numb to it. Which Drew was explaining, that people love seeing the massacre on YouTube of Gory the chimpanzee killing his co-stars and injuring another one, which is the spectacle of it. It kind of made me think of, like, remember a couple years ago you should just try to show me those unfortunate videos of people just like dying or like climbing up like a ski mountain, and they just got blown off by the wind, and they dead. And I
don't remember showing you that.
Oh, sure. There was a time I was like, please don't show me that, because I
do not remember, because I usually could read the audience. I do not, because I know you was uncomfortable. That sounds like something you would be uncomfortable with.
Oh, I don't like watching people die like that. I'm sorry, I'm saying I'm not, but there are people like it came with spectacle where they never respected that beast up in there, because all they cared about, even when it came to OJ and Emerald, was all about the money.
Right.
It was all about, look, let's just capture this thing so we can get paid for it.
Mm-hmm.
Catch it on camera, get the Oprah shot, get the Impossible shot, and then we can go and it'll be something that's so spectacular that Oprah won't even turn away from it. And Oprah is known for when it comes to like big juicy stories and stuff like that no matter where it's coming from, she will drop everything to get that story.
Yep.
It is known to be there. And how even when the TMZ guy came, but they were looking at him, because honestly, when he first came, I thought that was like one of the extraterrestrials. Because the way he was talking and everything, I was like, what is wrong with him? Like, are we set up for something? But then, like, okay, it's a TMZ guy. He didn't even care about his body being broken. He was just like, take a picture of me. Take a picture
as he's going to die.
Whereas Otis like, I'm trying to save your life.
Right.
And come on, he's just like, yo, but get my camera and take a picture. Like, he's so enthused with the spectacle to the point where it's like he's not always respecting what's happening, that he's about to die.
Right. That's why I was thinking this is more about, like, one of the themes was like the amount of sacrifices to try to get a spectacle. Because it's almost like people will kill themselves just to try to get YouTube views, just like that TMZ guy.
Yeah. Or people will show up to something. They showed up to that event. When it came to Drew trying to feed the horse to the UFO, just to be able to get proof of it. Look at the whole Storm Area 51 thing.
Right.
That we had, it was turned to a spectacle also, to the point that's kind of how we all are, to the point where it's like, hey, people showed up for it, and they wanted to do it, and they wanted to storm this joint and everything like that. So it's like, yeah, we all caught up in the whole spectacle of things.
Mm-hmm.
And especially also when it came to a lesson a little bit about Hollywood, and also it was about how Hollywood mistreated the horse in the beginning.
Right.
I don't know why would you ever get behind a horse. And when OJ was trying to explain to y'all, like, this is a living thing, okay, and y'all can't just treat it like it ain't nothing. Same thing when it came to Gory the chimpanzee. And they can't make him do it the way they want to do it. They want to start bringing in the CGI kind of thing, and how we don't have respect for it. How the oldest black, the first film was a black man riding on a horse, but they remember the horse's name, but don't remember the black man's name.
Yeah.
Like, obviously in the story, that's her great grandfather, but however, in real life, we don't know who that man is.
Right.
But they remember the horse's name and who directed that film.
Yep.
And how it will chew you up and spit you out. Which is the same thing that beast was doing also when it came to chew them up and spit them out. So, I thought, the overall budget, and then there have been some other crazy theories that I have heard. I was just like, that's another good way of looking at it too. There was this one channel I was watching. It was like, and this was by a white guy, by the way. Also, I got to put it out there for what I'm about to say. Because he was like, I want you to understand, like, you had this whole beast looking thing was a white looking thing. That's what the color was. And Daniel Kaluuya and Keke Palmer, Steven Yeun, and the guy who put Angel were not. And
yeah.
Huh?
That is true.
And how that this is a predator who feels as though that this valley is prey, and you can't look him in the eye, because that is how, slave masters, slaves, and anybody who's a slave were not allowed to look the slave master in the eye at all back in the day, because then you look them in the eye, that's a form of disrespect, that's a form of taunting, it's a lot of forms of shit that didn't make sense, especially back in those days. But it was also trying to say that, well, with them being unified, they was able to. I wanted to send you this video because I'm not doing it justice by the way I'm saying it. But the way he was breaking it down, it's just like, that is actually kind of interesting.
Yeah, he kind of hit something there.
Yeah,
like what? Like I'm like my jaw's dropped.
Yeah,
I didn't even consider that.
Yeah, and it was just like, because because Jordan Peele is known to have social commentary and all his stuff also.
Yep.
So, what I'm saying? So, obviously, there ain't no coincidence that, the whole main cast is full of color people, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So,
it's no coincidence.
It's things like that, and then you got this big white space beast that, that we know to the about. Like, everything can't be, what I'm saying? It's not like, oh my God, that was by accident. Jordan Peele ain't that accidental. Let's put it that way.
Right? Yeah. He knows what he's doing. He got a method.
Yeah. He doesn't have a method.
This is his job. Come on, he's a professional.
Yes. And so I heard some people say, well, I said in my non-spoiler that they compared the weakness to the beast here to the one of the signs. I'm just saying I don't agree with that. Because once again, signs, the creatures driving.
Yeah, it was just water.
Yeah, it was water that they were fearful. They come to a earth that's 78% water. Now, if they're dumb enough to think that, well, if we go on this dry land, there's no water on the land, it's just water around it. That's dumb. Okay. However, with this one, it was more so respected. And when OJ found out, it's just like, look, it's just like an animal. That's what it is. It's a beast. And with most animals, because I had a friend when I was younger, he had a dog, he had a German Shepherd, and he used to play with it. And what he would used to do, which I hated him doing this, he would hold the dog's face and stare at it. And it like,
what the heck?
Exactly. And then like jerk away, and the dog would start growling and like barking and chasing after him. And he looked at it as a game, and I'm just like, I don't want to play that.
Right.
And he's like, dude, I was just like, he said, she's not gonna hurt you. I'm just like, listen, people,
all right,
I want you to understand something. I understand we all love our pets, and we all think our pets is the best dog, best cat, best bird in the world, right? But at the end of the day, they're still an animal.
Yep.
Just like at the end of the day, we're still humans. No matter if we're black, white, Native American, Hispanic, Asian, at the end of the day, we're still humans. We have emotions. We cry. We get angry. We fail. That's what the species of the human being does. Correct? Same thing when it comes to animals. If they feel you as a threat, and you're staring them in the eye, and they're hurrying up and take it off, they look at you as a threat. They don't like this shit.
Right.
And for him to play like that kind of bothered me. And I was just like, all right, look, I love the dog. I've walked the dog. I'm friends with the dog. But I'm not going to play with the dog like that. there's no respect for that dog. Like you gotta have respect for these things, and that's what OJ was trying to say. Like, look, don't look at it, don't anger it on purpose. And then first of all, he was already angry when y'all put the fake horse out there.
Right.
And that thing been choking on that joint for 2 days. And then when he finally spit that joint back at OJ's car, like, all right, you tried me, motherfucker.
Yeah, I'm gonna get you.
Exactly. And he said, oh, this your car? All right, you tried me, but I'm letting you know what I'm saying? Okay, don't do that again. That's what made it more angry. That's what went and ate all them people.
Yep.
And it tried to eat him until he hit under the bar, and he wasn't looking at it no more. But that thing, when it came down, you can see the hole right there where his face had, and it kind of like sucked him up in the bar.
Yep.
Yeah, not that creeped me out because I ain't see it coming.
My problem is we love getting pets that are naturally predators.
Yes.
Why? It's like, guys, guys know what these are.
We have an arrogance that we feel as though we can control them.
Yep.
And that is not the case here. We can't control these animals. We can't make them do all the things that we make them want to do.
Right.
So with all that being said, I felt as though that message came across, and I felt as though, now this is another thing. I don't want to step too far out. I do wish I had my wife here for this one, but I want to make a comment because towards us as a black culture.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember when I asked you and Q Flow during our review, I said, when you think of horror, what do you think of? And I think a lot of us in this culture think of slasher movies. And I feel as though when we don't feel as though we get that, we are we're let down in that aspect of it.
Right.
And that's why I also think that when I said in my non-spoiler review that I said that it looks like Jordan Peele is taking black people out their comfort zone, because we don't do sci-fi movies. We're barely in them, and we rarely watch them because we just don't do sci-fi. Like, you know, where Lady Sketch is reading the Octavia Butler book, is when she feels as though that that she will never make it because blacks don't look at themselves in the future. And I was like, you know, that's a deep comment to make, but that is also kind of true. So with Jordan Peele making this kind of movie that is sci-fi, I really think people was going here expecting an alien version of Get Out. Right.
I think at this point, Jordan Peele's making films where he didn't see us living through.
Exactly. And once again, I was just like, you know, you have to credit that because like he's putting us in situations that we have never been in horror movies before. Like I was telling these guys, I hope his next one is a ghost movie.
Right.
I will hope his next one is kind of like Poltergeist.
Mm-hmm.
Because we are always in, we always in these situations. And the black guy dies first in the slasher movie, and it's like, okay, it felt good that he got back at all the white folks in Get Out and killed them all, basically. Yep. And we live at the end. But however, like you said, that's not every horror movie. We can't keep making the same thing because that's what we like. We have to kind of expand to the point where it's just like, okay, it may not have to be like it's a white versus black thing. It has to be something that let us showcase our black artists in kind of movies that they've never been showcased in before. And if you showcase them in this science fiction movie, which has a lot of social commentary and a lot of other different commentary, like I said, when the social commentary is not in your face, like when the white guy I was watching had to point out about the white spaceship and the color people in there and using all the rainbow tube men, that there's no white tube men out there, it's all like, you know, the rainbow flags and all that stuff like that, and using all that kind of stuff, it's like you can't help but look back at it and be like, oh, there could be some social commentary in there.
And being defeated by black,
yes,
lesbian.
Exactly. Who did that?
Yeah, I was just like, yep. There you go.
Did you see the Akira reference?
Could you remind me?
The motorcycle slide.
Oh, Yeah, that was a smooth slide. I didn't catch it, but I was like, because I was like so engaged on that part. But that was a smooth slide.
Yeah, I was just like, and everybody, I was like, oh, they go to Akira, because he's a huge fan of that. Which he turned. They asked him to direct the movie about it. He said no because he doesn't want to mess it up.
Yeah, thank God.
Yeah,
no one should. I heard rumor Christopher Nolan was. I was like, dear God, that's going to be a long ass movie.
Exactly. I was like, he said, I ain't want to touch that. So I was like, but it's cool. But he did put the slide in there. Yeah. And I was just like, Swag gonna love this.
I actually didn't know. I thought it was just a cool slide. I was like, dang, she's good on the bike. But I was so focused. I'm like, get that alien out of here.
Yes.
Yeah. and live through it.
Exactly. So with that commentary, the animal commentary, and the Hollywood commentary, the spectacle commentary, I really think the message, the overall message, went over everybody. Like went over a lot of our heads, and actually probably went over a lot of people's heads. But I'm talking about just speaking from my culture, and my people. I think it went over a lot of people's heads to the point where it's like, how about we sit down and try to break it down before y'all kind of like try to trash the movie already, because there wasn't no action or them fighting this or fighting that type shit like that. So calm down.
Just let them, because it's the same thing's going to happen like Batman v Superman. You get all the loud haters, wait a couple months, next thing you know, it was a misunderstood like masterpiece.
Yeah.
That's how it's going to go. That's how it's going to go.
And also, like I said, there's a lot cut out of this movie also. I would love to see the director's cut.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that.
Yeah, because there are some scenes in the movie that's not in the movie.
Oh.
And I'm just like, so do I gotta wait for deleted scenes when this is gonna come out, or what's going on? You know what I'm saying? Like, how are we gonna do this? So, one of my last questions is, do you think OJ made it?
Absolutely. I thought we saw him at the end. Did we not?
Yes, but however, we saw him in the smoke, and he was underneath the sign that said "Out Yonder," right?
Oh.
So it never moved. So it's like, did he make it, or is that the spirit, or is she imagining it? Like, so there's different questions you gotta ask. They'd be like, did OJ make it, or did he not make it? It's up to our interpretation if he made it or not.
I hope he made it.
Yeah, say
my headcanon, he made it.
Yeah.
And guess, you know why? Because he wasn't riding a white Bronco.
Yeah. Oh, write that down.
Get it.
Yeah,
we did it. We cracked it. We cracked it.
Oh my God. So yeah, I'm just like, yeah, you know what? Because I'm going to assume OJ made it also, and I'm just like, now people are like, are they going to believe her story? I believe if there was a post-credit scene of like the alien spinning up like the camera that shot the impossible shot, I'm like, that would be kind of dope too.
That camera done. That camera.
There was other cameras that was so down there. Like I said, I don't know, but him, he had the impossible shot, but this time when he actually wanted to go up into the thing to get the shot, I was just like, bruh, dying for the art. I get it, but my God. Yeah,
I did get mad when he was walking away. I was like, come on, man!
It's always gotta be. See, yeah, you was getting mad, wasn't you?
Like, God, man. Like, no one deserves to see this. You don't get to say.
Yeah.
We hired you.
Exactly. And look, how about this? How about you get the shot and die, but give me the original cut?
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Just give me that cut, and then we all good. Shit, that's all I'm saying. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah,
just give me the original cut. We're good. So that's mostly what we have for our spoiler review. Like I said, I watched like obviously you may watch a lot more stuff afterwards. Like I watched some Double Toasted. I watched
I didn't want it to sway my initial review for it.
Oh no! I'm talking about afterwards.
Yeah. I did. That's why I didn't watch it first. Yeah. I didn't want it to sway my initial view, and then I wanted my own interpretation to see if maybe I'm on track.
This is the first time I was like, I disagree with Double Toasted. and that don't usually happen for too much. Yeah. And it feels like, I can't speak for nobody, but it feels like Corey is like he understands the underlying social message of it, but he don't want to say it because he don't be made fun of.
Right.
And I'm just like, or he don't want to be the one that thinks that, and everybody else says something like that. I don't necessarily know, but it seems like when I was trying to watch the spoiler, I was like, come on, I know you thinking it, just say it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because Martin can roll his eyes, be like, oh my God, here he go. I'm just like, but the things that y'all explaining, I'm just like, I'm sorry. I don't. This time, I try to disagree with y'all. Y'all had me agree with my girl Grace Randolph. I'm just like,
that's funny because there's plenty of times where I disagree with Double Toasted.
Yeah.
So
well, I mean, that's not, I don't say I can't say I always agree. What I'm saying is, but you know how me and Grace Randolph had that complicated relationship.
Yeah, y'all be butting heads.
Yeah, so me and her be having a complicated relationship. I'm just like, but this one, I'm just like, boo, you on point. Yeah, you on point with this. So yeah, I was like, I really just, and for me, he's 3 for 3. I enjoy.
Yeah. All three. Yeah, he's 3 for 3 for me.
Yeah, I enjoy all 3 of his movies, and I hope his next one is like a ghost movie, because we haven't got a ghost movie yet.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I was like, I would like either like, dealing with ghosts or dealing with, because we don't have to go back to the slasher thing, but I was like, put us in elements that I don't rarely see black people in ghost movies, especially like leading them.
Yeah.
So
that's because we don't fuck around with spirits.
Exactly, but I'm saying, but even with that though, right? Imagine black culture in a ghost movie. We don't fuck around with spirits. The only spirits that we best ride with is Jesus.
Yep.
So I'm like, there's a lot that you can do with that can make it, very, very interesting, to the point it's just like, oh my God, this is downright creepy. I mean, you can have this whole thing in the church. Who knows?
You playing dangerous game, man. You got that.
Exactly.
I ain't playing with spirits, man. Yeah, you got that one.
I know, but I'm telling you, I don't know how he gonna do it, but I just hope his next one, like I said, it seems like he does one like every 2 years. Obviously, the pandemic had this one delayed by a year. But I'm hoping like 2023 be his next movie. Oh no, excuse me, 2024 will be his next one. And I'm like, keep it. I love the original content.
Right, me too.
I love the original content. So give me your
the one
rating.
thing.
Go ahead.
Oh my bad. Before my rating, the one thing I will say, instead of Daniel Kaluuya, I would have had John Boyega as a shot to Disney for not making him, for baiting us, as he was baiting us, making us think he was going to be the lead in Star Wars, and have him the lead in the science fiction film.
Yeah,
that would be the only slight change I would have made, just to be petty. Yeah, just to be petty. Speaking of young Denzel, it was a movie trailer I saw. I was like, I forgot what it was. I was like, yeah, Denzel back. Young Denzel back. Baby Denzel.
Yeah, oh yeah.
I was like, he back.
He has a new movie coming out.
I forgot what it was called. Yeah, I was like, oh yeah, my boy.
Yeah, I'm about to say, yeah. You know what? Jordan Peele, yeah, put John Boyega in the next one.
He said during the protest, he was like, I got you a job.
Yes. I was like, he probably had Dan Clue already down for no, but I'm like, but this fourth project, this fourth project, oh, John Boyega, come on now.
So my rating, I give it a damn near perfect.
That's the same one. I gotta give it an A-.
This was a great film. Because I was tired, I was times where I was like, about to doze off, but even with that, I was still highly interested in the movie throughout the whole thing.
That is good.
So this was great. I really like this movie.
Yes, I give it damn near perfect too. So, guys, hopefully you guys can, have it explained and break it down to you a little bit, so you guys can understand it more. That there are explained videos out there to help get people's opinion and theories of what is going on, and there are a lot of good ones out there. Trust me.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
I see it because I made sure I sent Swag the good ones because because there are some I'm just like, all right. You know what I'm saying? Or it's like it's trying to argue with everything done in the movie. Right. And I'm just like, okay, look, well, this ain't it. But however, these ones right here, will be good for you. So, yeah. So make sure you guys also check us out on the Nerdgasm Talk podcast when we not do podcast when we talk about other things, and then whenever we can get back to our regular schedule. And make sure you guys go out there and check out Nope.